Welcome to Listen, Argue, and Repeat. Riffs and reflections from two people who barely get along about anything in life, including music, politics, sports, and anything else that's going on in the world.
You
I'm
see,
Ryan,
I'm Michael. Now you assume that I even care about sports.
and you assume I care about politics, which neither one of us do, which makes for a wonderful conversation when I'm trying to explain the importance of a sporting event to Michael, or he's explaining the latest genocide to me. And we both have the same opinion and level of caring, which is like that. Anyways, welcome to episode 9. So, last episode was great. We had our wives pick the respective songs that we're going to react to, and it went much better than I anticipated on both ends. So,
Indeed.
So that was pretty wonderful to see. So this week we're going back to annoying each other. Actually, I've said annoying a few times, and Michael doesn't believe that. He believes it's more war crimes against his ears. So we're
Just
gonna,
9 Inch Nails and Metallica.
and basically everything else I've said. So
Okay.
what we're gonna
Like
do? We each have
metallic
picked
about a
out
penis.
songs. We're gonna share them with you. We'll give real-time reactions as they're going along. We'll talk about lyrics, drums, guitars, bass if it's in there, everything
Yes.
else, and then that will be that. So,
Indeed.
Michael, so let's do some rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right.
You win.
Paper beats rock. So, Anchor comes from Michael. All right, there were many songs I could pick from this band. Just to let you know, the band is Linkin Park. And Linkin Park is one of my favorite bands of all time. And it's a little more of a challenge for me now because of what with Chester Bennington passing away in 2017, which really did it affected me a lot more than I would have figured it would. But Linkin Park was one of those bands that I appreciated every album that came out when it came out, with the exception of the one they put out in 2017 before Chester left this world. That seemed really pop oriented and just not a lot of songwriting from the band, which is what I've always appreciated, is that they do a lot of that writing together. So I had multiple songs that I could have picked, and I thought about going to the earlier albums with them because I really love some of the earlier stuff as well, and that's more in the new metal kind of realm, and I decided not to. So I actually picked a song from probably their other most polarizing album called A Thousand Suns, which came out in 2010 and was a change for the band where they did one of the unwritten rules of music that you don't do, which is include a lot of interludes and half songs on albums because those shouldn't be on there because they're terrible and offer nothing for the album. So there ended up being about 8 to 9 real songs on this album, and this one really stuck out to me, and I have a personal connection to it because when the album came out, I was just starting my relationship with my now wife at the time, and I remember for Christmas, because I wasn't really big into gifts, but for Christmas she actually got me tickets to go see them play in Boston at the TD Garden. So I got to experience that concert with her. That was our first real concert together, and it was a wonderful experience. So it's ingrained a lot of positive memories into me. So I can't wait to share the song with you, which I think you're going to have many things that you don't like about it. But also, I'm going to try to really focus on the pieces that are positive, and I also have my critiques of the song too as I do that entire album.
My
So, Michael,
question. My question. Why? Why do you intentionally choose something that I'm not going to?
multiple reasons.
Breathe.
Yep,
Breathe. It'll be
yep, breathe.
okay. It'll be
Number
okay.
one, number one. I choose these songs because you're never gonna listen to them or give them a shot unless we put them on this actual medium. That's just that's the truth of the matter, and that's the way it is. Second of all, if we've been friends for over 24 years, so just like I recognize that certain songs mean something to you, so I give my best to learn about them and try to appreciate them for what they are, you're going to do the same for me. Or I'm just going to have a massive reaction to this and then I'm going to have to bleep out a whole bunch of stuff. So, are you ready, Michael?
I'm ready, man.
All right. This song is called The Catalyst. It was the lead single. It is 5.5 minutes long. And I'll point out to you my favorite parts of the song. We will play in three, two, one, play. And just off the front, it's not Nine Inch Nails.
I can tell. It has melody into it that actually sounds somewhat cool.
So what I like about this song so far, you notice it builds. That's DJ scratching right there.
You don't say. You know it's bad.
There's some of your gang vocals there. Gang vocals for Michael. You'll hear a bunch of them in this song. I will say for me that bass is too picked. I wish they would have taken some of that attack off it.
I'm not a huge fan of just random noises, so that little DJ scratch I'm not a fan of. Nor is this fake snare.
There's real drums in the song too.
I hope so.
So what they do a lot, they'll record the live drums and then they'll put them in here and kind of edit and do things to them to make them sound like they're synthetic or programmed. So I like how that distorted guitar comes in, but it's not too heavy, you know what I mean? But again, building, building, building. That's what the song's doing. A lot of vocals in this song.
I feel like they need to slow down like the beat. The drums need to calm down.
That's not the DJ. Over here, you got the guitar playing and you got a synth going too.
You see, when we first started to hear this, I heard like this, almost like this epic ballad. And now all of a sudden we're at a club.
The change coming up. It's probably actually my favorite part of the song.
Please note the note of confusion.
Here it comes. From now till the end of the song, love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, you've got some ride cymbal in there for you. Drums are fabulous. Any other vocals in the background? Yep. And there we go.
Okay. I not a huge fan of synth anything. Not a huge fan. Don't get me wrong, my own music, I know I use synth bass all the time.
You
But
do.
I do. I know I do. I know I
Mike's
do.
driving the hypocrite train. Whoop 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 whoop.
Yeah, but okay, so
You
that's
don't even know what to say. I
that's
mean, I could
and
speak for you since I've known you so long. This is what Michael wants to say. Initially, he was confused. This song confused him. He was looking for more real instruments. He thought it was going to be this wonderful piano ballad or this wonderful ballad, and it turned into something
epic
that
ballad.
kept building and building and building, and it didn't get there, and he was frustrated. But then the piano came in, and the piano gave him a little bit of hope, and then he still felt the rest was confused. There was too much going on, and he doesn't like the song. Is there anything I missed?
No, nope, nope. That's yes, yes. So okay, so yeah, I was expecting again. It started playing out like this epic ballad. Not just a ballad, but an epic ballad. The lyric content was there for it. It's the musicianship just didn't deliver it. Not what I was expecting, at least, um, or what I was thinking. This epic ballad. Vocals were good, cool. Um, the drumming, cool.
The
I
second half,
mean,
right?
yeah, the second half. I'm surprised you actually like that drumming because that was a little bit more Philly than you
Yeah,
like.
and that's not normally what he does. So I think that was a different part of it. Again, you don't have the history with the band like I do, where I've listened to
No,
everything. So,
no.
he reminds me a lot of me in his style. He's a very meat and potatoes kind of drummer. Rob Borden is his name. He's a meat and potatoes kind of guy. He doesn't do a crazy amount of fills. He just tries to do the song. But what I thought about that is that the piano really kept the beat for me during that part,
And
and then he got
the beat, it needed to slow down. Okay, not the tempo of the song. I'm not talking about the tempo. I'm talking about the
mhm.
beat, the drumming. Uh, for anyone who knows sheet music, right? It felt like the emphasis was on the um,
Wait for it,
second and
America.
third beat, rather than first and third. That's the best way I know how to describe it. So instead of like
Yeah, I can kind of
it
see where you're
was
going. So I do have some of my challenges with that song as well. So I when it first came out, I was like, what in the name of God is this? Because I knew what I expected from Linkin Park. They had had three albums beforehand. They had started changing their sound in their previous album where it wasn't as new metally. It was more kind of, classic rock and roll kind of thing. They started tuning their guitars up instead of down, which they continued on this album. This whole album's in standard. So they started making that change. I think for me, the whole album's supposed to be about it's a concept album about a nuclear apocalypse. So I'm that's what they said. I can kind of follow the theme in some of the lyrics, but to me, that's where the interludes and all the other stuff where that just needs to get thrown in the trash. Uh, I'm here for the songs, and there was about eight of them, and I'd probably say there's about five that I can go back on that album and continue to listen to. But there are some that if I never heard again, I'm okay with that happening. So I think it was kind of a confusing time for them. I liked hearing the bass more, but like I said, I felt there was too much attack on it, like with the pick, especially in the beginning, where I feel like that ends up being all I hear. It might not be anybody else's ears when they're in the song, but I feel like that's all I hear. I would have loved to hear more lower end there. And I appreciated how the guitars came in where they weren't overbearing. And I think everything at the end, it came together really well. But then when that happens, you're like, well, why didn't that happen for the rest of the song?
for
Like,
me. I don't know Linkin Park that well. I know was it they do a famous one,
one step closer,
One Step
the
Closer.
album.
Yeah. Like I know of that one. I know it's Linkin Park. I know when I hear it. I know what that is. I do not know this band inside and out like you do. I do not. So what I'm about to say, take with a grain of salt. Well, with you, Ryan, a pound of salt. I me, instruments just I I understand. Okay, I know. The hypocrite train. Woohoo! Let's go. I use synth bass all the time because I don't have a bass guitar. Well, I mean, I did, but I got flatted. Um, I'm having to resort to to that. For musicians, for a band like Linkin Park, I wish it was more less DJ, more instruments. That being said, I understand there's a obviously there's a market for this. There's people who like this mixture. That goes up to you. It's just not for me. This song, no war crimes violation, Ryan. But it's not gonna be like I'm not gonna add it to like my playlist and go listen to it later.
Of course, because it's not from the 80s. All right.
I listen to a lot of stuff, my friend, that's not from the 80s. We're about to listen to one now.
All right. So what do we got? You framed it well. Let's go into what you're thinking. So what do you got for us this week?
Okay, so I'm changing this up just a little bit. This is a song.
Oh boy, is this only double ride bell instead of triple ride bell?
Oh no, it's 5 guitar solos at the same time. No. What we got today. So some context real fast. I first heard this song long time ago. For when it came out. For this song was attached to a movie trailer long ago, back in the early 90s. That's how I heard this song. And this song has stuck with me. I will go listen to this on my own for something different. I actually really do enjoy this song. Take everything I just said about synths, throw it out, because I know what we're about to listen to is I don't know how much of it is actually real. That's not a jab at the artist. I just don't know. So that being said, this is Coolio, Gangsta's Paradise. This song, man, I like the rhythm to it. I really appreciate the rhythm of it. I appreciate the the lyrical content to a degree. There's some parts I question, but I also appreciate the vocalist, the chorus. It's catchy. And again, if I want something different, I put this on. I say recently, a couple months ago, I heard a metal version of this song, and I was like, "That's cool," pun intended. That was really cool. And so, like I said, I come back to this one every once in a while.
Okay. Let's get right into it. I can't wait. All right. Coolio. Name I didn't think I'd be saying in 2024. Gangsta's Paradise. Gangstas Paradise. Are you ready, my friend?
I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I'm waiting for a real instrument too. The bass might be.
I think the bass is.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long.
I don't know why. I like this.
Thinks that my mind is gone, but I ain't never crossed a man that didn't deserve it. Me be treated like a
I don't know if the bass is real the more I listen to it now.
You better watch how you're talking and where you're walking, or you and your homies might be lying in chalk. I really hate the trip.
What makes you think it might not be?
It's so consistent. When you're going down that low, it's hard to be that consistent every single time.
You know, if you're really good at it.
No, that's not real. You can even hear with the bass riff here in the chorus. The other guy here, he's got a good voice. I should know who it is, but I don't. Yeah, the do-do-do-do at the end of the chorus, that's definitely not real.
I was
That's
raised
it.
by the state, so I gotta be down with the hood team. Too much television watching got me chasing dreams. I'm an educated.
I'm sorry, all I hear is Weird Al.
Got my 10 in my hand and a gleam in my eye.
I know what you were going to.
Yep, Amish Paradise.
Homies is down, so don't arouse my anger. Fool, death ain't nothing but a heartbeat away. I'm living life, do or die. What can I say? I'm 23.
The beat's good.
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
And I like how they change it up here before they get to the chorus. That's good.
It might be. It's kind of faint, but you hear it. Do you hear like that string sound in the background?
Yeah, it's not faint.
True. Okay. That.
And it goes good with the chorus, the choir oohs and ahs there.
Yeah. Like I said, I heard this when this trailer for this movie, I can't remember the movie, when it dropped. And I heard it as a kid, and since then, I don't know what it is. It's just, there's something about this beat.
What I appreciate, sometimes they cut out that bass drum like they just did there. Just changes it a tiny bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess they can't, I guess they won't, I guess they front. That's why I know my life is out of luck, fool.
And you know what? He's not swearing. Give it to him.
Yeah. So you have this 80s metal guy that likes this.
Yeah, he's 90s. I can see it.
To be honest with you, a lot of the stuff I don't like comes from the 90s.
And I can see the music video in my head too. It's so ingrained in there.
Which one, Weird Al or this one?
The original. But the Weird Al song I hear all day long. Yep, I'm more convinced that bass isn't real. There's not a real instrument here. They produced it really well, but there's not a real instrument here.
And there is a certain amount of epicness, right? Especially with that choir work.
There's an atmosphere to it.
That is epic. That's dramatic. And I think that's what draws me in. The movie, if I remember, again, I don't remember the name, but the movie was about basically school violence. Basically.
Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer's in it. I remember that.
Yes, yes. And so I guess for me, I associate it with that kind of drama and that type of situation. Maybe that's what it is. But yeah, I dig it, man. This, of all the songs I listen to, this is perhaps the one questionable one where it doesn't match at all with what else I listen to.
Well,
But
you have to have some variety and everything anyways. Like I have certain songs that are outside the rock genre that I appreciate as well and that I listen to. So I can see it. I think the song's produced well, if we're talking about it like that. There, like I said, there is no real instruments, but that's the way a lot of that is.
I could see. I mean, I've heard some bassists, man, some live bassists that can do some crazy stuff.
I know they can, but even the sound, like those chorus, in the chorus where it starts climbing up the string, like it goes down to the higher strings of the bass, like you can hear that. Definitely, that sounds synth. That doesn't sound like that when you play it on a bass. I don't care how great a player you are, which is, again, to each his own.
Yeah.
It's fine. It works for this particular piece of music.
Yeah, and I think maybe that's, I'm a walking contradiction over here. So maybe that's what it is for me. Maybe I don't have an expectation necessarily of real instruments. Maybe that's why I can give it a pass on that.
It doesn't like. Excuse me. I don't think the real instrument thing matters because there's some parts of Linkin Park that aren't real instruments, and I get frustrated with them as a band, especially as they got towards the end of their career, well, this part of their career in case they come back, where they relied less on real instruments. And I get it. I mean, we both have the ability, I'd like to say me more than you, to play a drum kit.
And yeah,
Uh,
you have you are the superior drummer.
I
Yes.
feel like I can do that fairly averagely. And for the most part, the music I'm working on now, I'm using drums from GarageBand,
Yep.
which normally I was like, I can't stand people who use fake stuff, and that's not real. If you can't play it, then it doesn't matter. But when you talk about the ease of actually recording and getting things done, it's so much easier than be like, hey, guess what, wife and kids? I'm gonna go downstairs and play drums for 4 hours until I get this right. Because what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get through a whole take and I'm gonna hear that, like this hi-hat was off. I didn't hit it as hard as I did, or you know what, that snare roll could have been tighter, or I just played it wrong. And I don't,
Yep.
it's hard to have 4 hours of your time when your time's so limited with everything else in life to be like, I'm just gonna take those 4 hours and I'm gonna bang out a couple drum tracks and then I'll end up recording on top of that. So it ends up being more of a time issue. Uh,
For for me, specifically with drumming that I use and my own stuff that I make, the problem I have is access to a real drum kit. That's number one. Number two, I'm not a drummer. I mean, I I think I can put. I think now today I might be able to carry a simple like AC/DC type beat. I think I can. But I am not a drummer. I do not call myself a drummer. But I know what I want drums to be like in the song. Does that make sense?
yeah, you want to be
All
especially
the
on the toms.
time. Oh, I love it. Oh,
I
I
know. You just
love
basically
the
want
toms.
one big fill. You want a 4.5 minute fill with kick and snare for the solo, and then back to the fills.
Well, hey, don't forget my ride bell.
Oh God, you need the ride bell like nobody's business. You actually need two ride bells so they can be hit at the same time. I'll have to show you a video of it's a band I don't plan on bringing on here, but there's a video of Avenged Sevenfold. They have a song where they have the video of their drummer, the one who passed away.
Oh
He
man,
was recording this song and he was just insane. He was actually able to hit two different rides, the ride bells on two different cymbals at the same time during a fill. It's just absolutely bonkers. And I'm like, well, if Mike could have that for like 5 minutes on a song, he added some toms and you
now
basically,
that's just for the solo. 5 minutes for the solo.
oh God, that just hurt that gave me a headache there. So I appreciate you bringing something different to the table. I guess next week I'm gonna have to try to do the same thing. So I'm gonna have to think about what I'd like to bring that probably will not be viewed as positively as I viewed yours. Or I should just bring Weird Al's and make you listen to that.
Oh
But
boy, I fear what's coming next.
yep, so it looks like again I'm gonna have to change. I'm gonna have to step out of the rock and roll world. I'm gonna have to go to something totally different for me. And not just it's kind of different, but it's just the same that Ryan likes. No, it's gonna have to be really out there. So
Just do me a favor. No 9 Inch Nails.
no Nine Inch Nails. But it's not gonna be rock. So get ready
I
for it.
getting ready.
Yep. So thank you guys for watching. We always appreciate any feedback you want to give us. Just send it on this way. We'll take it all. Mike will listen. I'll ignore it. And then we'll repeat the same process the next week. Thank you again. I'm Ryan,
I'm Michael.
and we're out. Wash your hands.